This is the third lesson ng anti-scam series na ginawa ko. I created this series kasi I am hoping I can help people avoid being scam. Kasi marami Pilipino ang nawawalan ng pera dahil dito. Alam mo ako, I'm realizing that nobody can scam you. Nasa-scam lang tayo kasi ginusto natin. In the same way, nobody can make you sin. Tayo gumagawa ng kasalanan when we give in to the temptation na dumarating sa atin. Just like for example, lalaki ka, may naghubad sa harapan mo. Hindi ka automatically gagawa ng kasalanan kasi merong naghubad sa harapan mo, kasi meron kang choice. Ang choice mo is tumakbo palayo or tumakbo pasulong. Pag ang takbo mo pasulong, asiguradong gagawa ka ng kasalanan. In my Christian walk, I realized that the devil has no power over me. Nagkakaroon lang siya ng power if I decide to obey him. In the same way, ganun din ang mga scammers. Scammers have no control over you. Nagkakaroon lang sila ng control pag kumagat ka sa offer nila to get rich quickly. Gusto ko sanang tulungan ka hindi ma-scam by teaching you how to make good decisions when someone offers you something too good to be true. Ang gagamitin kong reference is a set of verses I found in Ephesians chapter 5, verses 15 to 17. Basahin ko siya ha. Sabi ng verse 15, "Therefore, be careful how you walk, not as unwise men but as wise, making the most of your time because the days are evil. Then do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is." Whenever I make decisions, I remember three things. I bear this in mind in responding to opportunities and problems before me. One, Ephesians chapter 5 says, "Be careful, because the days are evil." Yung second, sabi niya, "Make the most of your time or opportunity." And lastly, "Be wise by understanding the will of the Lord." First, simulan natin by trying to understand kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng be careful because the days are evil. While most experts will say, bilisan mo kasi sayang ang panahon. Ako naman, I will tell you, huwag mong bilisan kasi pag nagkamali ka ng desisyon, hindi lang masasayang ang panahon mo, pati ang pera na magagastos mo. Can I ask you a question? Nagkamali ka na ba ng desisyon? I believe many times, nagkamali na rin ako ng desisyon. Kailan tayo nakakagawa ng maling desisyon? 'Di ba oftentimes pag nagmamadali tayo? Today, I know pag scammer ang kausap ko kasi minamadali niya ang desisyon ko. Sasabihin niya sa akin, "Dong, bilisan mo magdesisyon. Ngayon na, kasi pag hindi ka nagdesisyon ngayon, baka pumunta yung opportunity sa ibang tao." Pag narinig ko ang ganitong statement, sasabihin ko sa kanya, "Bigay mo na lang sa iba yan. Kasi kung para sa akin yan, akin yan. And besides, importante ito na desisyon kasi it involves a lot of money. Kung hindi pwede to take time to make the right decisions, wag na lang. Kasi most probably, magkakamali ako ng desisyon. Kung totoong maganda yan, andyan pa rin yan maski I decide next month." Bakit tayo hindi dapat magmadali sa desisyon? Kasi sabi ng Ephesians chapter 5, the days are evil. Friends, what's so evil about our days? I found the answer in Colossians chapter 2 verse 8. Sabi ni Paul sa mga taga-Colossians, "See to it that no one takes you captive through philosophy and empty deception, according to the tradition of men, according to the elementary principles of the world, rather than according to Christ." Sabi ni Paul sa mga Colossians, mag-ingat kayo kasi marami ang mangloloko, and they will use traditional wisdom from men and not from the Lord. They will take you captive through deceptive philosophies. Kaya sabi ko in the past lesson, scamming is not new to our times. Maski sa panahon ni Paul, nangyayari yon, and naniniwala ako na nangyayari yon even during the time of Abraham. Kaso lang, mas madalas ngayon and mas maraming paraan. Kaya kailangan tayo mag-ingat sa mga desisyon na gagawin natin. Friends, may nangloko na ba sa'yo? Meron na bang nag-scam sa'yo? Yung nangloko sa'yo, kilala mo o hindi? Most of the time, kilala mo. Kung hindi mo man kilala yung tao behind the scam, yung nag-present sa'yo ng opportunity, kilala mo na scam na siya nung tao na yon. Oftentimes, ang nakakapangloko sa atin, kaibigan, kamag-anak, minsan pa kasama sa simbahan. So be careful because there are many evil people around you. And para ka hindi ma-scam, dapat ang focus mo is make the most of your time. Karamihan ng nasa scam are people who want to get rich quickly. Yung iba naman needs to correct the bad financial position they are in. Both of them are looking for a quick fix sa problema nila. Friends, minimum wage earner ka. Gusto mo gumanda ang buhay ng pamilya mo ngayon. And often as you look at the rich people, sabihin mo kay God, Lord, why can't I have what they have? In order to give a better life sa pamilya mo, you will look for ways to earn big money fast. Ang choices mo would be mangutang para makapag-abroad, tumaya sa loto, magsugal, or kaya join get-rich schemes or scams. Ang tanong ko, bakit minimum wage earner ka? Bakit ka in a very bad financial position? Ang sagot, kasi you did not make the most of your opportunities in the past. What do I mean? May nagsabi sa akin na sa Pilipinas lang ang college graduate minimum wage ang sweldo. Ang sagot ko, bakit yung magaling na graduate ng college hindi minimum wage earner? Minsan kaklase mo. Siya mataas ang sweldo, ikaw minimum wage earner. Bakit magkaiba kayo ng sweldo? Kasi yung taong ginalingan nila habang nag-aaral sila sa college, nagkaroon sila ng maraming offers sa mga kumpanyang kailangan yung serbisyo nila. Yung hindi nag-aral, minimum wage lang ang inoffer sa kanya. Kasi hindi niya ginalingan eh. Sana kung ginalingan lang niya, nung nag-graduate siya, maraming mag-o-offer ng maganda. Many Filipinos go to school just for the diploma. Dapat sana they go to school to improve their abilities and increase their value. Pag hindi mo ginalingan sa eskwela, the opportunities you will have when you graduate will be very, very limited. So sino may kasalanan? Many people are in a bad financial position today. Kaya sila naghahanap ng mabilis na yaman. Pero ang tanong ko, why are you in a bad financial position? Kasi nung may pera ka, mas malaki gastos mo kaysa kita mo. Tapos hindi ka nag-ipon and marami ka pang utang. The reason why people are in a bad financial position is because they did not make the most of their time or opportunities in the past. Nung nagkaroon sila ng pera, winaldas nila. Nung napautang sila kasi meron silang gustong bilhin na hindi na kaya bayaran, nabaon sila, naghirap tuloy sila. So sino ang may kasalanan? The parable of the talent tells us that God will give all of us opportunities to improve our lives. Kaya meron siyang ipagkakatiwala sa atin ng mga resources, possessions, and talents. Let me read to you Matthew 25:14 and 15. For it is just like a man about to go on a journey, who called his own slaves and entrusted his possessions to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, each according to his own ability, and he went on his journey. So Bible is telling us na lahat tayo bibigyan ng Panginoon ng pagkakataong gumanda ang buhay natin. Pero ang ganda ng buhay natin will be determined by how we use what we have already. Yung unang dalawang slave took what the master gave them, they work hard, they double the value. So nung dumating yung master, natuwa sa kanila, dinagdagan ng master kung anong meron sila. But the third slave did not work on what he had. Ang rason lang niya, ayaw niya sa boss niya. Because he wasted this opportunity, alam mo ginawa ng master? Binawi yung binigay sa kanya. Tas na-disqualify pa siya from future opportunities. Kasi kinulong siya ng master niya eh. Ako naniniwala na ito ang rason bakit hirap ang karamihang Pilipino. Kasi sinasayang nila yung mga opportunities nila. Kaya ang advice ko sa lahat sa inyo, pag binigyan ka ng pagkakataon na mag-aral, mag-aral ka mabuti para gumanda ang future mo. Huwag kang mag-aral para sa diploma kasi walang silbi ang diploma kung pumasa ka na walang alam. Pag binigyan ka ng trabaho, galingan mo. Kasi ang matututunan mo sa pagtatrabaho mo, pwede mong gamitin in the future to build your own business. Kaibigan, do not waste the opportunities God gives you. Today, whatever you have, maski sabihin mo, ayaw ko yung opportunity ko, pangit siya, pagandahin mo. Paano mo pinapaganda ang isang opportunity? Trabahuin mo. Mahalin mo. You have to understand, ang pagmamahal sa trabaho, desisyon. Hindi yan depende sa mga taong kasama mo sa trabaho. Friends, make the most of your time para hindi ka malagay sa isang posisyon na mangangailangan ka ng mabilis na yaman. However, so that you can make the most out of your opportunity, you need to be wise. The third principle that I extracted from Ephesians chapter 5 is be wise by knowing the will of the Lord. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng to be wise? I discovered that wisdom is not to know what is right from wrong. Instead, wisdom is to do what is right, not wrong. Maraming Pilipino today ang educated. Alam nila kung ano ang tama, ano ang mali. However, because they put themselves in a bad financial position or nagmamadali sila yumaman, often ang ginagawa nila yung mali, hindi yung tama. And this is the reason why many people in government are corrupt. And this is also the reason why there are many businessmen who fail. Alam nila kung ano ang tama, pero ginawa nila ang mali. A wise man is only wise kasi he knows the will of the Lord and he acts on them. Sabi ng prinsipyo, be wise by knowing the will of the Lord. Ano ba ang will ni God para sa atin? According sa Deuteronomy chapter 15 verses 4 to 5, ayaw ni God na merong mahirap. Let me read those verses. Sabi ng verse 4, however, there will be no poor among you, since the Lord will surely bless you in the land which the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance to possess. If only you listen obediently to the voice of the Lord your God, to observe carefully all this commandment which I am commanding you today. Para walang maghirap, God gave all of us the ability to make wealth. And we see this promise in Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18. It reads, but you shall remember the Lord your God, for it is He who is giving you power to make wealth, that He may confirm His covenant which He swore to your fathers as it is this day. Paano ba matututunan ang power to make wealth? Saan natin makikita ang mga prinsipyong dapat natin gamitin? Deuteronomy chapter 15 verse 5 answers this. It says, no walang maghihirap if only you listen obediently to the voice of the Lord your God, to observe carefully all this commandment which I am commanding you today. The principles to produce wealth is found in the commandments of the Lord. They are often called laws. Sa Hebrew, ang term for law is Torah, meaning instructions to follow, not rules to obey. Alam mo kaibigan, God has already revealed to us the proper way to create wealth para magkaroon tayo ng abundance. Kaso lang, many of us are fools. We reject the ways of the Lord thinking that we can become rich on our own. Kung gusto mong yumaman, kung ayaw mo malagay sa sitwasyon na maghihirap ka, then take the counsel of Isaiah chapter 48 verse 17. It reads, thus says the Lord your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, I am the Lord your God who teaches you to profit, who leads you in the way you should go. Do you know why I read the Bible? Because I want to profit in my business. And according to Isaiah 48 verse 17, only the Lord can teach me the proper way to profit. Ako naniniwala na ang taong hindi takot kay God, pwede kumita. Meron pa rin silang sariling paraan, pero pwede rin yung mawala. Ang pagyaman ng tama na hindi nawawala, manggagaling lang sa Panginoon. Kaso lang, feeling ng maraming tao na ang paraan ng Panginoon will limit them. Friends, God did not give us His laws to limit us. He gave us commandments as instruction to guide us in our lives. And in His Word, He gave us an instruction that will protect us from scams. And we have been repeating these verses in this series again and again. Proverbs chapter 13 verse 11 says, "Wealth from get-rich-quick schemes quickly disappears. Wealth from hard work grows over time." Friends, ayaw ni God na maghirap ka. Pero ayaw din ni God na yumaman ka ng mabilis. Kasi pag hindi ready ang ugali mo, yung yaman ng mabilis, pwede mong ikasira. Gusto ni God na yumaman ka by working hard. Kasi if you do well, you will eventually get rich as you become faithful stewards to the Lord. This is the end of the anti-scam series. This may not be the kind of lesson you were hoping to hear, but I am sharing these principles hoping that I can protect you and help you make the right decisions. Sana nakatulong ang tatlong lessons sa iyo. If you want to review the first two lessons, we will put the link on the description below. Friends, may God bless you. And as God bless you, go help other people. Para together we can create a good future for our children and our children's children. Salamat sa pakikinig and may God bless you.